From Royals Stadium in Kansas City, this is Kurt Berglund with Pine Tar Baseball from TTLBaseballGame.com. TTLBaseballGame.com. This is my 16-team Great Teams Tournament World Series, featuring the American League representative, the American League champion, 1980 Kansas City Royals, against the National League champion, 1964 Philadelphia Phillies. This is Game 6. The Phillies lead in the series 3-2. We're heading back now to Kansas City for Game 6 and maybe, if necessary, Game 7 to finish out this best-of-7 game series. Yesterday, we had our first extra inning contest of the World Series. It was an 11-inning battle that was knotted at 1-1 after 9 complete innings and was eventually won in walk-off fashion on a sacrifice fly by John Hernstein, scoring Tony Gonzalez with the winning run off of reliever Dan Quisenberry of Kansas City, who has been outstanding in this tournament and definitely one of the Royals' most valuable players, and one of the reasons why they're in the World Series and as close as they are to winning it. However, today they have their hands full. They have a must-win game on their hands, and Dan Quisenberry, their closer, is unavailable due to overuse. He has been worked to death by manager Jim Frey and must not pitch today. Both managers, Jim Frey for the Royals and Gene Mauch for the Phillies, went for it yesterday, using their bullpens, burning the wick at both ends, as they say. And the Phillies have unavailable relievers as well. For the Phillies, setup man Bobby Shantz, a little lefty who's been essential for Gene Mauch in this whole tournament, and Ed Roebuck, the right-handed setup man, both overused, both unavailable today for the Phillies. Those are the bad pieces of news. The good pieces of news is that both teams are pitching starters in this game that are used to going deep into the ball game and maybe even finishing it. Let's talk about them. For the Phillies, the visiting Philadelphia Phillies, they'll be pitching left-handed hard thrower Chris Short. And as you can see, Short is an A-plus pitcher on the road the first 2 times through the order and times 3 and subsequent times through the order. He has strikeout modifiers on 55 and 77, and he's good for 7 innings, but he can improve that with good performance. He'll be facing the homestanding Royals' Larry Gura, who's been clutch in this tournament for the Royals. A-plus at home the first 2 times, A-plus every time after that. So we've got A-plus pitchers going at it in this game today. One hard thrower, Chris Short, one soft tosser, Larry Gura, but both very, very effective. So it's must win for the Royals. The Royals win. If the Royals win, they force a Game 7. It'll be Rich Gale on the mound, the right-hander for the Royals. If the Phillies win, it's over. If they lose, we don't know who's going to pitch in Game 7 yet. It's to be announced, according to manager Gene Mauch. All right, let's go through the lineups and get the game started. Tony Taylor will lead off for the Phillies and play second base. Johnny Callison will bat second and play right field. Richie Allen will bat third and play third base. Alex Johnson will bat fourth and play left field. Frank Thomas will bat fifth and DH today. Tony Gonzalez will bat sixth and play center field. Vic Power will bat seventh and play first base. Gus Triandos will bat eighth and do the catching. And Bobby Wine will bat ninth and play shortstop for the Phillies today. For the homestanding Kansas City Royals, it's Willie Wilson leading off in left field. Hal McRae batting second, he'll be the DH. George Brett batting third, he'll play third base. Amos Otis back in the lineup today, center field, cleaning up. John Wathan will play first base and bat fifth. Jose Cardinal will bat sixth and play right field. Darrell Porter will bat seventh and catch. Frank White will bat eighth and play second base. And UL Washington will bat ninth and play shortstop. We are ready to go in this one. Gura is on the mound and finishing his warm-up tosses. Tony Taylor about to step in. And we're ready for the first pitch of this ball game today. The pitch to Taylor. Top of the first. This one's a fly ball to left field. It's going to be taken by Willie Wilson, and that will be the first out of the ball game for the Royals. For the Phillies, sorry. Johnny Callison stands in, left-handed batting, right fielder, 274 in 1964. Johnny hits a ground ball to second base. It's Frank White, who will throw to Wathan for the out. That's 2 down. And Richie Allen, third baseman, rookie of the year, 318 in 1964. And that's a strikeout. Looking for Allen on a Gura sinker. That retires the Phillies 1-2-3 in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first with no score. And coming to bat for the Royals, it'll be Willie Wilson, Hal McRae, and George Brett. And they would love to get off to a fast start against Chris Short and try and keep their season alive. Pitch to Willie. This one's a ground ball to shortstop. Bobby Wine is up with it, and he will throw to Vic Power for the out, and that's 1 down. Hal McRae stands in, 297 in 1980. Has played a huge role in the tournament and the series. We have a range check. Get to the kitchen, it's a range check. This one's Alex Johnson, and he will get there running toward the left field line for the second out in the first. And now George Brett. 390 in 1980 for Brett. And George strikes out swinging. Wow, doesn't happen often. Short got him. We have a pair of 1-2-3 first innings. No score after 1 inning in Kansas City on the carpet. Larry Gura back out there. Pitching for his team's life today. Royals lose. It's all over. Royals win. It's Game 7 tomorrow. Alex Johnson leads off. 303 on the season for Alex. This one is a range check. Get to the kitchen, it's a range check. Johnson hits it hard. This one is grounded at third and gloved by Brett. He will take it and throw to first for the out, and that's 1 gone in the second. Frank Thomas. And Frank hits it on the ground to short, taken by UL Washington. He throws across to Wathan, and that's 2 down. And Tony Gonzalez, the center fielder, one of the heroes of yesterday's game, 278 in 1964 for the center fielder. And Tony takes strike 3 called on a Gura fastball. That retires the side in the second for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the second, and we are scoreless. 6 up and 6 down for Larry Gura. Let's see if Chris Short can match him in the bottom of the second. It'll be Otis, Wathan, and Cardinal for Kansas City. Amos. Hits it. Not at all. Swing and a miss on a short fastball. 1 gone in the second. John Wathan. And John Wathan's hit by the pitch. John Wathen is hit by the pitch. He will take his base, and Cardinal will come to the plate with 1 out and Wathen on first. See what they do with Jose. Short to the belt, checks Wathen. Pitch home to Cardinal. Ball 2. He takes ball 2. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Wathen can run. He can steal you a base. Pitch to Cardinal. Wathen's not going. Pitch is hit in the air to left field. Alex Johnson waving everybody off. And he'll make the play for out number 2. And it'll be catcher Darrell Porter coming to the plate. 249 in 1980. Wathen working on his lead. Porter swings, and we have an error check. Let's see where Porter hit it. He hit it to short. Bobby Wine has it and throws to first for the out. That will retire the Royals in the second. After 2, we are scoreless. And Gurra's coming back out for his 3rd inning of work. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the Phillies order. Gurra's been perfect so far. Vic Power, Gus Triandos, and Bobby Wine will represent the Phillies. A pitch to Power is hit in the air to right, but not deep. Cardinal will take it for out number 1. Gus Triandos, 8th place hitting catcher today, 250 on his season. Pitch to Gus, he walked him, ball 4. 1 out, 1 on for Gus. And Bobby Wine stands in. Triandos working on his lead, but not a threat to steal. The pitch home from Gurra. Range. Nope. Ball 2. Wine's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Bobby. Strike 3 swinging for Bobby Wine. 2 gone in the 3rd. And with Triandos still on first base, it's top of the order. Tony Taylor, 0 for 1 on his day. 251 in 1964. And this one is hitting the air to left. Willie Wilson's got room, and he will make the play to retire the Phillies in the 3rd. They get a base runner for a start. Triandos drew a walk, but that's all. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. We are scoreless in Kansas City. Frank White, 264 on the season for the Royals. Hit in the air to left. Alex Johnson coming in a few steps and will take it for out number 1. Brings up UL Washington. Switch hitting shortstop for Kansas City, 273 on his year. Pitch to UL is a base hit to right. He takes short the other way, and he gets himself the first hit of the game. I'll bring us back to the top of the order with Willie Wilson to face short. There's 1 man out. Washington, a speed burner. See if he goes anywhere. Pitch to Wilson, not going. This one loop to left. It's going to get over Wine's head and land in front of Alex Johnson, and Washington will aggressively take 3rd, and the Royals have men at the corners with 1 man out. In the bottom of the 3rd, we have no score in Kansas City. Hal McRae is up, and George Brett is on deck. There's 1 man out. Washington at 3rd, Wilson at 1st. Short to the belt, the pitch to McRae. Ball 2. McRae's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. He's 0 for 1 today. Pitch to Hal. Hit in the air to left. Alex Johnson backing up. UL Washington tagging. He makes the catch. There goes UL. He comes back to the base. A solid throw by Johnson brings Washington back to third. And it's 2 outs now for Brett with men still at the corners. That's Washington at third, Wilson at first base. George struck out in the first. Pitch from short. And he hits it hard. We got an error check. George Brett hits it hard. This one is to Power. It's fielded by Power, and he grabs the line out for the third out of the inning. Vic Power's slick fielding saves the Phillies in the bottom of the third. No runs across, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the fourth, and there's no score in Philadelphia. That was the best chance to score so far. For the Phillies in the top of the fourth, it's Johnny Callison, Richie Allen, Alex Johnson. 0 for 1 for Callison today. Callison has been cold, but this time he breaks his bat and it dies happy because this one falls in front of Amos Otis for the first hit off of Larry Gura by the Phillies today. Leadoff batters aboard. Richie Allen coming to the plate. Richie's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. On his day, the pitch from Gura. And he hit him. He hit Richie Allen, and that may be returning the favor for Short hitting Wathan back in the second. Ooh, things are getting a little testy out there now. But the Phillies have 2 on with nobody out, more importantly, and Callison on second, Allen on first, and Alex Johnson standing in. 0 for 1 for Alex on the day. Pitch to him is a strikeout, swinging on a sinker. Johnson misses it, and that is 1 down. Frank Thomas, a double play target. 0 for 1 on his day, 271 in 1964 before his injury that took him out of the stretch drive. 0 for 1. The pitch to Thomas is strike 3 swinging. Gura reaches back and gets a little extra. 2 down, and now Tony Gonzalez. Phillies put 2 on with nobody out, and they have not moved the runners. Gonzalez 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch to him. Ground ball first base. Gloved by Wathan, who takes it himself, and that retires the Phillies in the fourth. So the Royals have a chance in the bottom of the third. The Phillies and don't score. The Phillies have a chance in the top of the fourth and don't score. We are scoreless going to the bottom of the fourth in Kansas City in Game 6, a game the Royals must win to keep themselves alive in this World Series. Chris Short facing Amos Otis, John Wathan, Jose Cardinal in the bottom of the fourth. Otis is 0 for 1, 251 in 1980. This one is strike 3 swinging on a bender for Otis. 1 down. Wathan was hit by a pitch in the second. Did not score, did not even advance off first base. This one hit in the air to center. Tony Gonzalez will take it, and that's 2 down. And Cardinal, 0 for 1 on his day, stands in. Jose 263 in 1980, pair of ball clubs. And this one is lined into left between Wine and Allen. Cardinal singles, and he's aboard with 2 outs for Darrell Porter, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Short, cruising along. Little shaky at times, but he's doing okay. Throwing a shutout. Ball 2. Borders ahead in the count. Ball 2, no strikes. And Darryl hits one to third. Gloved by Richie Allen. He's going to go the short way to Taylor, covering second. And that will retire the Royals in the fourth. We go to the fifth. Just as tight, just as competitive as yesterday's game. This whole series has been very tense. And today is no exception. Bottom third of the Phillies order: Vic Power, Gus Triendos, Bobby Wine for Philadelphia. Vic, 239 on the season. Pitch from Gura. Error check. Vic hits it hard. And this one is at right fielder Jose Cardinal, who will make the play for out number 1. That retires Power. Gus Triendos walked in the third inning, and he is only at bat. Right-handed half of the Phillies catching platoon. Pitch to Gus from Gura is strike 3 swinging. Another sinker. Got him. That is Gura's 5th strikeout on the day. He had 11 back in game 2. Bobby Wine with 2 outs and nobody on. Struck out in the third. And this one's lifted in the air to center field for Amos Otis, who's in a few steps and will make the play. We're halfway through. We're halfway home. Game 6, but scoreless in Kansas City. Chris Short back on the mound, facing White, Washington, and then the top of the order, Wilson for Kansas City. Pitch to Frank. Hit in the air to left. This one's Alex Johnson's ball. He waves everybody off and takes it. UL Washington. 1 for 1 with a single. UL strikes out swinging. Short. Reached back for something extra. That's Chris Short's 4th strikeout on the day. And with 2 outs and nobody on, Willie Wilson, who's 1 for 2. The key to the whole Royals offense. And just like that, Willie singles to right, takes Short the other way. He's got his 2nd hit. Hal McRae, 0 for 2. Lots of hits, 297 in that designated hitter's bat in 1980. Pitch. Strike 3 swinging on some gas from Short. That's number 6. 2 minutes. Nope, sorry, that's number 5 for Short. And that retires the Royals in the 5th. Played 5 complete. No score in Kansas City. A pitcher's duel as we expected. Top of the order for the Phillies, Tony Taylor, Johnny Callis, and Richie Allen in the 6th. Tony is 0 for 2. Gura strikes him out, swinging. Callison coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2. At some point, somebody's going to break on top. Pitch to Callison. He strikes out. Gura's got his mojo back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts in 5 2/3 for Gura. Richie Allen, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. Richie hits a looper for a base hit into center. That's a single for Allen. He's aboard for the 2nd time today, and with 2 outs, it's Alex Johnson. And Johnson hits a chopper on the infield off Gurra's glove. Rolls toward Washington, but everybody's going to be safe on the infield hit. Johnson is safe, and with 2 outs, it's Frank Thomas, not that Frank Thomas. 0 for 2 on his day with a strikeout. Pitch to Gurra. Hit in the air, or pitch from Gurra, hit in the air to center. It's Amos Otis back a few steps, but he's got room, and Gurra gets out of it. So after 5.5, Philadelphia nothing, Kansas City nothing. And the meat of the Kansas City order due up in the bottom of the 6th. Brett Otis Wathan. George is 0 for 2. Pitch to him is a range check that Richie Allen is going to pass with flying colors. He gloves it and throws to Vic Power for the out. 1 gone in the 6th. Amos Otis stands in. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. This one hit in the air to center. Tony Gonzalez for the 2nd out in the 6th inning, and now John Wathan, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch on his ledger for the day. Wathan hits a grounder to second. That's to Tony Taylor, who's going to throw to Vic Power, and that will retire the Royals in the 6th. After 6, we've decided nothing. It's Royals nothing, Phillies nothing, and it's Gonzalez, Power, and Triandos for the Phillies in the top of the 7th. Tense stadium in Kansas City right now. They know there might be 3 innings left in the tournament for the homestanding Royals. Gonzalez 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hit in the air to center. Amos will take it, running in to come get it. Vic Power with 1 out in the 7th. And Vic hits a ground ball to short, taken by UL. Washington throws to Wathan for the out. That's 2 gone. And Gus Triandos 0 for 1 with a walk and a whiff on his day. And Gus lifts 1 to left. This one's going to be taken by Wilson back a few steps. Oh, all the way to the track. But he will take it, and that will retire the Phillies 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Time to stretch them out. After 6.5. Phillies nothing, Royals nothing in Kansas City. Cardinal, Porter, and White for the Royals in the bottom of the 7th. 1 for 2 for Jose on the day. This one is grounded to third, gloved by Richie Allen. He's going to take it and throw to Vic Power for the out. There's 1 man out in the 7th. Porter 0 for 2 on his day. Pitch to Darryl. Hit to right. That's going to drive Callison back to the track, but he's got room to play it, and that's 2 down. And Frank White, the second baseman, 0 for 2 on his day, short. Got it going. He's got 6 in a row. And 9 of 10. Pitch to White, strike 3, swinging on a short fastball. Let's count how many he's got now. That retires the Royals. 6 strikeouts for short through 7 innings. The Royals are retired in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to the 8th, and we are scoreless in Kansas City. Bobby Wine, Tony Taylor, Johnny Callison for the Phillies in the top of the 8th against Gurra. Bobby 0 for 2 with a strikeout on his day. And this one is looped to right, and it falls in front of Cardinal. It's a base hit for Bobby Wine, and it'll bring up Tony Taylor. Tony's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. He could be asked to bunt, or they might have him swing away. The Royals bullpen is moving around. Nobody's throwing yet. But Rennie Martin and Raleigh Eastwick are taking off their jackets to get loose. And there's no Quisenberry today. Remember that, folks. So that is going to affect Jim Frye's managing. Tony Taylor up. Bobby Wine on first. There's nobody out in the top of the 8th. We have no score. The pitch to Taylor. He's bunting. He gets it down, but the play is to second. Gura gloves it and throws to UL Washington to force Bobby Wine at second, and that's all they'll get. Taylor replaces him at first base on the fielder's choice, failed sacrifice bunt. So with one out, it's Johnny Callison coming to the plate and Richie Allen on deck. Callison 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Gura to the belt, checks Taylor, the pitch home to Callison. Hit in the air to center. Amos Otis backing up, but has room and will make the play for 2 down. And now Allen coming to the plate. Taylor still at first base. Allen is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. And that's ball 2. Allen's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. The next pitch to him. Hit to second, knocked down by Frank White. Going to take it to first and get Allen there by throwing to Wathan at covering. And that will retire the Phillies in the 8th. After 7.5, we're scoreless in Kansas City. Chris Short coming back out. 7 innings max for Short, but he's allowed 2 runs or less so he can keep going. And he is going to do just that. Jack Balchin, be careful how you say that, sports fans, is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. He is their closer, and the main man in the pen today, as Shantz and Roebuck are unavailable. Short to Washington for the bottom of the 8th. And UL drives this one deep. It's to center field, and that's going to drive Gonzalez to the wall, and it's gone. UL Washington takes Chris Short out of here, and it's 1-0 Royals. The Royals fans breathe a sigh of relief, but it ain't over yet. Short against Willie Wilson, 2 for 3, and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Ground ball third, taken by Allen. He will throw to Power for the out. 1 down, Hal McRae. Bottom of the 8th action, 1 man out, 1 man in. And McRae hits it to center. That's going to get in the gap between Gonzalez and Callison, and it's going to get McRae a double. And with 1 out, there's a man on second. Brett is due. Gene Mauch wants Brett walked, and he's going to go to Balchin right now and say that's enough for Short. Chris Short, 7 1/3 innings. Matched Gura pitch for pitch until the 8th. Give you his numbers. He allowed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 1 homer. He struck out 6, walked 1. It was intentional, hit a batter, and has so far only allowed 1 run. It's earned, but Amos Otis is up with McRae on second, Brett on first, and 1 man out. Balchin is in. Jack, 71 games in 1964, a B-rated closer, strikeout modifiers on 55 and 77. He can give you 2 if you need them. And the Phillies are hoping they do. Otis, 0 for 3 on his day. Pitch to Amos. is a ground ball at first, gloved by Power. Vic's going to go to second for one, and that's all they're going to get. The hard slide by George Brett breaks up any chance of a double play. McRae advances to third. Otis is safe at first. So the Royals have men at the corners with John Wathen up. John is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. It's 1-0 Royals. Baldwin to the belt, checks the runners at the corners. McRae at third, Otis at first. The pitch home to Wathen is ball 2. Wathen's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. And this one's hit in the air to left. But there's room for Alex Johnson, who will take it for out number 3. For the Royals in the 8th. 1 run on 2 hits. It was a solo homer by UL Washington, his second of the series. And we go to the 9th with the Royals jealously protecting a 1-run lead. If they win, we get Game 7 tomorrow. If they lose, it's over and Philadelphia wins the tournament. Gura is still in. He's got 8 innings pitched as his max, but he's throwing a shutout, so that's less than 2 runs, and he can keep going. Eastwick and Martin are throwing in the Royals bullpen, and Alex Johnson, the cleanup hitter for the Phillies, leads off. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to Alex. And there is a good start for the Phillies. It's a base hit to center, and it's going to scoot past Otis. Alex Johnson is going to be a little bit daring and go into second base sliding with a double, as Otis has a fine throwing arm. But he's in scoring position with nobody out. Frank Thomas, Tony Gonzalez, Vic Power are next for the Phillies. Fry is going to stick with Gura for now. Yeah, he is. Okay. To the belt against Frank Thomas, who's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Pitch to Thomas. Grounded at first. Gloved by Wathen, who's going to step on first himself. But Alex Johnson streaks to third base. So Thomas makes an out but advances the runner. Johnson gets to third base with 1 man out, and Tony Gonzalez due at the plate. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Gura stays in. The thought on Gene Mauch's mind in the Phillies dugout is, if he pinch hits for Gonzalez, does that bring in a righty? And does he care? Cookie Rojas is available. He's going to let Gonzalez go. Gura is still in. Gonzalez at the plate. Johnson on third base. There's 1 man out. That is the tying run 90 feet away for the Phillies. Gonzalez is 0 for 3 with a strikeout against Gura so far. Pitch home to Tony. Infield is in for the Royals. Infield is in for the Royals. Ground ball second base. White gloves it. Johnson holds because they're in. And Gonzalez is thrown out at first base from White to Wathen. And now there's 2 outs for Vic Power. They could hit for Power here, and they're going to. Cookie Rojas will bat for Vic Power. Gus Triendos is on deck. Rojas is on for Power. No, he's not. Well, it's close, but I'm not doing it. No, Power's going to be allowed to hit. They're going to let Vic try and drive him in. With 2 outs in the top of the ninth, here's the situation. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Gura is in. He has gone the whole way. He has thrown a 5-hit shutout to this point. Alex Johnson is on third base. Vic Power is 0 for 3 today. Gus Triandos is on deck. The Royals have a pair of right-handers throwing in the bullpen. Raleigh Eastwick, who has not been effective, and Rennie Martin, who has not been used much. Dan Quisenberry, not available today. Vic Power, 0 for 3. In there against Gura. Johnson takes his lead off third. The pitch. And Vic Power lines a base hit to left between Washington and Brett and scores Johnson from third with 2 outs. We're tied at 1 in Game 6 of the World Series. Gus Triandos is coming up, and here comes Jim Fry to get Larry Gura. Gura went 8 2/3. Gura went 8 2/3 innings. He allowed 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 run so far. It was earned. He struck out. He walked 1. He hit 1 batter. He struck out 8. And now it's Triandos to face the new Royals pitcher, and that'll be Rennie Martin, who has all sorts of control trouble but does throw hard. He's an A pitcher at home. He's got walk modifiers on 55 to 60 and 77, and can give you 2 innings pitched in relief. So Martin is in. Power is on first. Triandos is at the plate. Are they going to pinch hit for Gus? No, they're not. They're not going to pinch hit for Gus. And let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Pitch to Triandos. Rennie Martin gets him to lift a fly ball to center field. It's going to be taken by Otis, and that will retire the Phillies in the 9th. The Phillies got 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 and tie the game at 1. We are tied at 1 going to the bottom of the 9th. Jack Baldwin coming back out for his first full inning of work, and has pitched 2/3 of an inning so far. No action in the Phillies bullpen. It's Cardinal, Porter, and White due for Kansas City, and the Royals are going to go with hot-hitting Clint Hurdle, pinch hitting for Cardinal here in the bottom of the 9th with Porter on deck. Hurdle, 294 in 1980. See how he does against Baldwin. First pitch from Jack struck him out. Baldwin bringing the heat. 1 down in the 9th. Darrell Porter 0 for 3. Has cooled off, was hot earlier in the tournament. Pitch to Darrell. Lifted in the air to left field. Alex Johnson is going to make a play, and that's 2 down for Frank White. Frank 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Pitch to him. Grounded to short, taken by Bobby Wine, and we're going to play an extra inning ball game today, just as we did yesterday. So we go to the 10th. Baldwin does his job. And Rennie Martin is coming back out to pitch for the Royals. Raleigh Eastwick playing soft toss in the Royals bullpen. And Bobby Wine is due up. He will not bat. And it'll be Johnny Briggs getting the call to bat for Bobby Wine. 347 on base average for Briggs on the 1964 season. He is a left-handed hitting outfielder who went on to have a nice career. Today he bats for Wine and is hoping to get on with the winning, or the lead run anyway. Wine ends his day 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to Johnny, hit in the air to left. Willie Wilson back a few, but he'll make the play, and that's one gone for the Phillies in the 10th. Tony Taylor, 0 for 4 on his day with a strikeout. Pitch to Tony is lifted to center. Amos Otis toward the right center field gap, but he'll get there, and he does for 2 down. And Johnny Callison, the right fielder, been a little bit of a World Series disappointment for the Phillies. 1 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. And Johnny lifts one to left. Willie Wilson, one more time, makes the play, and that retires the Royals 1-2-3 in the 10th. Go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 1-1 in Game 6 of the World Series. Rick Wise is coming on to do the pitching for Baldwin and Philadelphia. Baldwin went 1 2/3, struck out 1, and didn't allow any hits, runs, or walks. Rick Wise is on one more time in this tournament and has done yeoman's work for the Phillies. On the road, you can see he's an E pitcher with a G later on. He can give you 2 innings pitched, and he's got walk modifiers of 55 and 77. Rick is a rookie, a youngster, and might have helped in the last couple of weeks of the season, but Gene Mauch did not use him very much and certainly did not start him. UL Washington will lead off. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. He's got the only RBI and run scored of the day for the Royals. 2 for 3 for UL. Pitch to him. Ground ball short. That's Ruben Amaro, the new Phillies shortstop. He grabs it and throws to Power for the out, and that's 1 down in the bottom of the 10th. Willie Wilson. Willie, 2 for 4 on his day, has not scored a run yet in this ball game. Wise, the right-hander, throws hard. And pitch to Willie is ball 4. Nope, I'm wrong. The pitch to Willie is grounded to first. Vic Power is going to take it himself to the bag, and he does. And the slick fielding Phillies first sacker gets the second out of the bottom of the 10th. And Hal McRae, 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a double. Hal hits one in the air to left. Alex Johnson's got room, and this will end the Royals' 10th inning. That's it for them. So we go to the top of the 11th. This is a lot like the 71 World Series that went to extra innings in Game 6. The Orioles had to win it, and they eventually did. But it's tense. It's very tense. Now the Royals need a new pitcher. No, they don't yet. No, they don't. They're not going to do that yet. Rennie Martin's getting... Yeah, they are. They're bringing in Eastwick. Eastwick is the new pitcher for the Royals. Richie Allen, Alex Johnson, Frank Thomas for the Phillies in the 11th. and they will face Raleigh Eastwick, who has had his struggles in this tournament. But he's on, and he's got an important job to do, and that is to get the Royals to the bottom of the 11th with the score tied. It's the heart of the order. Allen, Johnson, and Thomas. Righty, righty, righty for the Phillies. Pitch to Richie. Hit hard. This one's way back. Right field. Hurdled to the wall, and it's gone. Richie Allen has left the building. So has Elvis, and it's 2-1 Philadelphia. Alex Johnson is due. He is a right-handed batter. Eastwick is a right-handed pitcher. And they're going to let him do it. They're going to leave, and for defense, they're going to leave Johnson in. 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored for Alex on the day. This one is strike 3 swinging. Eastwick gets him on a fastball. 1 down. Frank Thomas is 0 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. Eastwick, the pitch. And Frank lines one up the middle for a base hit. He is not a fast man, so we're going to have a pinch runner for him at first base. And it's going to be Cookie Rojas. Rojas running for Thomas in the 11th. Tony Gonzalez with 1 out. He's got an 0 for 4 day going. Eastwick is a B. And this strike 3 swinging. So Gonzalez strikes out. And now Vic Power, who they could hit for, but they're also leaving him in for defense apparently. Right-handed hitting Power is 1 for 4 with a ribby. Saved the game with a single, driving in Johnson back in the 9th. And he strikes out. So that retires the Phillies in the 11th. They score 1 on a long home run by Richie Allen. And that will take us to the bottom of the 11th with the 64 Phillies leading by a score of 2-1 in Game 6. They win it, and they win the World Series. Rick Wise back on the mound. John Boozer is throwing in the Phillies bullpen. Hal McRae, George Brett, Amos Otis. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. George Brett, Amos Otis, John Wathan. Scheduled for the Royals in the bottom of the 11th. They got to get 1 to keep it going. 2-1 Phillies in Game 6. Pitch to Brett. George Brett hits it to second. That's Tony Taylor, who throws to Vic Power, and there's 1 man out. Ooh, that one took the wind out of the crowd. Amos Otis, 0 for 4 with 2 whiffs. Pitch to Amos. Ground ball short. Ruben Amaro gloves it. Throws to Power in the dirt. Digs it out. 2 down. Last chance for the Royals is John Wathan. Clint Hurdle is on deck. Wathan is 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Phillies on the top step of the dugout. Wathan draws a walk with 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th. Clint Hurdle will come up. Yeah, it's going to be Hurdle. .294 in his 1980 season. He pinch hit for Cardinal in the 9th inning and struck out, and he was only at bat on the day. So there's 2 outs. Wathan on first. Phillies outfield playing very deep. Rick Wise on the mound. 1 out away from the World Series tournament victory for the Great Teams Pine Tar Championship. Pitch home to Hurdle. Chopped. chopped off the plate. This one's straight up in the air. When it comes down, it's to Wise. He grabs it. He throws to Power. Hurdle beats it out. Hurdle is safe, and Wathen is safe at second. The Royals have the winning runs on the plate, on the bases for Darrell Porter. The Phillies have no left-handed relievers available. And yeah, so it's Wise. It's Rick Wise facing Darrell Porter for the ball game. 2 on. Wathen at second. Hurdle at first. There's 2 men out. It's 2-1 Phillies in the bottom of the 11th. The World Series is on the line. Porter is 0 for 4 today. Pitch to Darrell. Strike 3, swinging. The Phillies win it all. The 1964 Phillies have won the Pine Tar Baseball Great Teams Tournament 4-2. They've won Game 6 to clinch it 2-1 in 11 innings. They won the last 2 games of the series 2-1 in 11 innings with heroes aplenty. Let's give you the line score in this one. For the victorious champion 1964 Phillies, who do in Pine Tar what they could not do in real life, and that is win the World Series. Well, they couldn't even go to the World Series in real life. For the victorious champion Philadelphia Phillies, 2 runs on 8 hits, and they committed no errors. For the vanquished 1980 Kansas City Royals, 1 run on 7 hits, and they committed no errors but lost the last 2 games of the series by 2-1 scores in 11 innings both days. I'm going to need to do a wrap-up show on this series and give you some stats and breakdowns of everything. The winning pitcher of the championship game, Rick Wise, for the Phillies, and the losing pitcher is Raleigh Eastwick for the Royals. I'm going to name Richie Allen the MVP of the series and the tournament for the Phillies on the basis of hitting a solo homer in extra innings to provide the winning margin in Game 6 of the World Series. So, to wrap it up, the 1964 Phillies do the impossible. They win the Pine Tar Tournament of Great Teams from 1964 to 1989, and they win it 2-1 in 11 innings, giving them the series 4-2 over the 1980 Kansas City Royals. Thank you so much for following along. I'm going to set up a wrap-up show, and the next day or so, go over all the stats and break things down, and then we'll move on to a new tournament. And I hope you'll join me. My name is Kurt Berglund. Please check out Pine Tar Baseball at ttlbaseballgame.com, ttlbaseballgame.com. And as long as you're watching, please click a like and subscribe to my channel, and you'll be kept up to date on more of the games that I'll be doing in the future. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good day. So long, everybody.